Report cards can cause tension during a regular school year. Add in a pandemic, restrictions in class, and remote learning, and there are so many more things to deal with this year. Educational strategist Jane Kristoffy has some tips, though, to help us out. Good morning.
Hi, Annette. Thank you for having me today.
I don't have children myself, but I have friends who are teachers, I have friends who are parents, and I don't know how they're doing this, either of them.
It's a really tough time. COVID has added so much to the parents' plates. My heart goes out to all the parents, especially those with little ones around them having to work full-time from home.
So should our expectations change around report card time? Because they are coming out in the next few weeks, correct?
Yes, absolutely, they need to change. Parents need to be realistic. Remember that it's all vegetables and no dessert these days, to quote Dr. Lisa D'Amour, a well-known psychologist. All the good stuff about school isn't happening, and kids are stuck behind screens. They're not able to show some of the good stuff that they're capable of. And frankly, it's a really tough time for everyone.
And how do teachers even kind of grade what they're doing? Because unless it's, I guess, on homework assignments that have been, logged on or connected in kind of thing, but you can't really tell like how well a student is doing connecting with others or some problems possibly in class, or some really good things to talk about.
Absolutely. So the assessment methods for teachers are really limited. Without being able to observe students in the classroom, in social situations, collaborative projects, and so on, even the traditional test model is out of the question right now, because everything's left to be open book, with kids learning from home and able to use things like calculators and access to textbooks. So definitely the assessment methods are limited, and what's available can be boring and repetitive, and not every child is going to be able to showcase their strengths in the available methods. Teachers aren't able to see progress in all areas. So it is really tough to assess kids during this time. And certainly with the mental health piece and the stress around COVID and being stuck at home, not being able to move around, kids are not showing what they're made of and what their potential is. They're not fulfilling it.
So what can parents do then?
Well, I think that we all just need to take this with a grain of salt. Let's put a little star beside the year of 2021, 2020. Let's just do the best job that we can and trust that teachers will help kids get back to where they should be come, post-COVID. And in the meantime, get through the day, protect that mental health piece, get outside, breathe in the fresh air, move your bodies around, try to do some social connecting wherever possible, whether that's in person with protocols in place, or virtually with friends, playing video games or connecting with family over dinner Zooms and stuff. So parents can really just do their best, stick to some schedules with sleep routines and meals, and try to focus on the positive as well. See that there is some progress happening, and while it may not be optimal, certainly we'll get all caught up post-COVID.
What about for students, though, who are in grade 12 now and maybe going on to post-secondary next year? What happens next year?
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. The universities will have announcements, and the colleges, they'll know better when they get news in the spring about what's happening with virtual versus in person. But students who are in grade 12, it's a rotten situation for them. This is supposed to be their year to show their stuff, be involved in all kinds of activities, sports and leadership, and perform at the highest academic levels so that they can graduate on a high note. Certainly the rug's been ripped out from underneath them, and my heart goes out. But they're doing their best. They really are.
Right, and you've got lots of great advice, actually, Jane. So we're going to link up our website, chch.com, to your social media site and your website. Thanks for your insight this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.